Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Silver. Our guest today is Mike Melissinos. Mike is the founder of Melissinos Trading. His investment firm employs a systematic trend following approach that is incredibly unique. Welcome to Wall Street Silver, Mike.
Ivan, thanks for having me. I followed your Twitter account for quite some time, or X account, whatever the hell you want to call it. I, you're very snappy. You're very instigative, uh, antagonistic with your content, which I love. Punk rock kid. I love just
Yeah, we, we
saying
love we love we love to keep it
confrontational stuff.
oh yeah, we
Yeah.
love to keep it confrontational. But Mike, it's such a pleasure having you come down to Wall Street Silver. I wanted to get you on to talk about everything that's happening in the markets, all the craziness, the trends, the stocks. First, let's start off with the trends in the markets. You're doing Melissinos trading. First, actually, let's talk a little bit about you. Why did you start Melissinos trading? Yeah, everything. Let's start there.
All right, we got to rewind the clock to 2007, 8, 7. Well, I was still in public accounting, my first job out of school, and then had the bright idea. I knew accounting wasn't in my blood, so I had the bright idea to go to Bear Stearns.
Wow.
Um, this is September, October '07, one of those months, and if you're doing your math, it's about 6 months before it went bye bye.
You were at Bear
So
Stearns 6 months before it went under.
yeah, I was probably one of the last hires.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had no stock. I had nothing. I was a 23-year-old, and I thought, okay, And at that time, fall of '07 was like some rumblings, but nothing was happening just yet. And
Right.
stock was like going down, but like nothing crazy yet. So yeah, I mean, I learned a lot there. It was great, but I was studying about trend following and guys like John Henry, who he's the owner of the Red Sox, and one of the European, I think one of the Premier League teams, and maybe he owns a bunch of other things by now, sports primarily related. But he was a big trend follower a long time, ran a huge fund, uh, on top of a bunch of other guys similarly that are still in business. But I was like, what? I don't know how I came across them, but I was like, what are these guys up to? What is this trend stuff?
Right.
Because I think at the time, the buy and hold and the stock market, it didn't have the confidence that people have today. Like, people are smug about it. They're like, well, you don't need anything else because this is the only thing that works.
We got
All you
AI.
got to
We
do
got
is hold
AI
stocks.
stocks. Yeah, we got
Yeah, it doesn't
AI.
matter what you buy. They just go up and up and up, and they stay up and up, and type of thing. But at that time, it was, several years removed after the stock market bottomed in '03 after the tech boom, and then had Enron, and then 9/11, that whole decline, multi-year
Hmm.
decline. So then we went right into the real estate bubble, and then things were getting shaky again, right? They were starting to go again. So there wasn't this confidence then. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe there's another way. Who are these guys? Let me follow these guys. And
There's about $15 trillion worth of physical gold in the world sitting there costing money rather than being used is just absolutely insane. Monetary Metals is bringing gold back into the financial world, putting gold to productive use right now. The problem with gold, of course, in physical form is that it's heavy, it's cumbersome, it's not particularly easy to ship, and it costs money to store in a protected manner. This platform Monetary Metals created is a proven concept and allows gold to be put to productive use. So instead of sitting there costing you money, it's actually in use earning you money.
Learn how you can earn 2 to 5% in our leasing program and how accredited investors can earn up to 12% on silver paid in silver. This advertisement is not investment or financial advice. Minimum investment applies.
they started to do really well, especially in '08. '08, there were a lot of things other than the stock market going down. Oil was going up that summer. If you look back at your charts, look at the summer of '08. Oil was going crazy. I think that was when I was up to like 150 bucks a barrel.
Right.
And I think some of the grains went a little wacky then too. So there were a bunch of moves that trend followers do. That's what they're there to do, capture these trends.
Yeah.
And that's when the light bulb started to go off. And then I started to look into this more. And then Bear goes down. And then Lehman goes down. And these guys are kicking ass. And I'm like, oh I understand what they're doing. I understand what's happening. How come no one else knows about this? Like everyone else is running around 50-year-olds, like losing all their money in the stock, in the bear
Right.
stock, or then Lehman down the street. Like they're getting crushed. And not to mention every other buy and holder, they're getting smoked too at the time. I'm like, how come these guys aren't on TV? I was just like, a naive kid. I didn't know.
Right.
So eventually I stayed on JP Morgan for a bit and then left there and then got on the path to more seriously like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to start a fund.
Wow.
How do I do that? I don't know. I got to code something up. I got to test a strategy. I got to build it. I got to do all this work. I don't know how to do it. So I'm just going to figure it out. And yeah, basically what I did, it just took me a couple years. I was probably ready after a year, but I wimped out and I didn't
Right.
start it in 2010, started in 2011. So, fast forward, been doing that ever since. And
Wow.
yeah, that one stuck. The accounting didn't stick. Wall Street imploded. This one stuck.
I was
So
gonna say you're at
um,
Bear Stearns 6 months before that. That's not working out.
no, I mean, but it was a great environment. It was a up every day at 4
Really?
in at your seat at 5 a.m. in your suit, like
What?
5 a.m. in a suit. Yeah,
What the heck?
I remember a few weeks or maybe a couple weeks in, my friend helped me get the job there, and he's like, Mike, your skin is green. You go home, go home, go home, because this is what happens. Like you don't sleep,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like you're home at 9 or 10. You have pizza for dinner, and then
That's
you're out,
wild, man.
and
That
then you're
is
up at 4.
wild.
And I remember interviewing there. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna live in Hoboken, which if your listeners don't know, Manhattan, Bear Stearns is located like 40s, 46th and Madison, yeah, I think it was Madison, and so that's like basically smack dab in the middle of kind of Midtown. And then I want to, maybe Hoboken or something, which is in Jersey, like across the river. They're like,
Right.
no, that's too far. That's too far. You're not gonna be able to
You're
get here on
you're
time.
getting closer.
I said, what? So I literally walked out the door and started walking to apartments. I'm like, you have anything? You have anything? You have anything?
No,
Yeah,
seriously?
yeah. So I was probably within an 8-minute walk, which was
Yeah,
great because I
that's
needed all the
nice.
time I could.
Yeah.
Um, but not a great neighborhood, like not fun. It was just close to the office. So,
Wow.
things happen. But here we are,
Now, where do
So
you
yeah,
see?
it's just been trading these trends for a long time,
Right.
and it's a different place to be where if you're not familiar with trend following is I can have an opinion, but it doesn't matter what I say.
Right.
If this is what the trend is according to my definition, this is what I'm doing.
Right,
Like, oh
right,
yeah, I
right.
don't think the market's in trouble, stocks are in trouble. Yeah, but you're long, Mike. Yeah, because the fucking trend's up. Like that's it. I don't care about anything else. I am totally, because they say, yeah, but I could be wrong. I
Right,
could be
right,
wrong,
right.
or I could be right, but in 2 years. But if the trend goes up for 2 years, it makes no sense to be short or out or something. So,
Right, right.
that's a different place to be when you're talking to people. They're not, um, especially in this town where it's like there's a lot of like independent, working type people. There's smart people here. A lot of Ivies, a lot of all the Ivies around this
Absolutely.
area of the world. So there's a lot of brain power, and it's a lot of, well, you want to do this work to predict the future because it's a puzzle. Market's a puzzle. We got to figure it out.
Right.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I can't figure it out. I'll leave that to you guys. But the job is to protect and make money, not to figure it out.
Right.
It's just a
So,
different, not a great conversationalist with these people.
yeah, absolutely, Mike. So what do you like the trends right now for the economy? A lot of people around the world are super, like you see inflation out of
Mm.
control, grocery prices when you go to the grocery, whether you're in Canada or the US or anywhere around the world, obviously you're seeing that inflation. And the Federal Reserve, they want to get that to that 2% target inflation rate, but people are saying that it's going to be impossible for them. What trends are you seeing now with the US dollar? Or the U.S. economy? Where do you see it going? What's the trends?
Trends in the markets right now, I'm primarily long the dollar,
Really?
which I love that response, because if you said, yeah, of course that's obvious, I'm like, no. Then it could be near, like more and more people that agree with me, the worse I feel,
Right.
because more and more people have caught
Because
on to the
a lot of
trend.
people in our community don't think the dollar is going to go up. They think the dollar is going to go down.
Good, good. I mean,
Yeah.
I do too, but I think they're all going to go down eventually. All these
Right, right.
currencies eventually get debased, and what's going to rise when that happens? That's probably like a sweeping away of the old order type of a event,
Right.
where it's gonna be very quick, type of thing. Where commodities go sky high. We got gold and silver, up not 20%, but 20 times,
Wow.
type of thing, like something, type of an event, where that's gonna be the only way to protect your money. But we're not there yet. And but that being said, long the dollar, but I'm still long oil and other energy markets. I trade primarily futures markets.
Hmm.
So but grains are kind of mixed. Like, and these aren't always like related to the dollar. They're not. Oh, the dollar's up, so all commodities must be going down. No,
Right,
no.
right,
Because if
right.
we remember just a few years ago when we had a major surge in the rate of inflation, um, we had dollar up and commodities up. What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Historically, maybe people, that's not that, again, that's a maybe a narrative or a story people believe, but not rooted in any data. And again, even if it was rooted in data, it doesn't have to be that way this time. It could all
Right.
be different. It could be wacky. So that's the one of the advantage, again, selling points of trend. But interest rates seem to be in a slog. We were short interest rates, so shorting prices, betting that rates are going to be increasing for a few years there, until over the last year, where it's kind of slowed. It's kind of like congesting a
Right.
bit. And now we're going to see what the next move will be. My hunch is that it's going to be lower, like rates are going to go lower, so bond prices up. That just has the feel to it to me. But right now, I'm still lightly short. Um, uh, So betting that yield's gonna be going up still. But again, it's a very, very small position. So, and again,
Yeah.
I cut these positions very quickly. So, if I'm wrong. But and then stocks are just stocks, man. They're just like, sure, we get days like today. This is Wednesday, 24th, just whenever you publish this. So
Yeah.
this is a pretty nasty day for stocks, but long-term trends looks pretty strong. Crypto still pretty strong, despite,
What about real estate?
I don't trade any real estate. I own a home, but that seems to be doing well according to what the one broker I asked was, and according to the people that are buying and selling around me.
Right.
But that's like, again, like, I have my common sense, which is like, whenever I think like that, I think, yeah, but what if my premise is just wrong about prices have not retreated for the most
Right.
part in my area of the world, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Okay. People moving out of the city, people moving out of this area, they're going to Florida. Why aren't the prices going down
Right, right.
while rates are high now? What the heck is this? Who's still buying? Who's overpaying? So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
which you're
this
totally
can't
right.
last, right?
What do
Sorry.
you see there? I mean, sorry for cutting you off, but you're totally right. Like interest rates going up, prices, houses still skyrocketing, and like
Yeah,
what's going on there, Mike?
I don't know. I think a lot of people, I think the boomers, right? Man, they really nailed it. I have a 2-year-old. They really nailed it with this home buying and this childcare shit, because now childcare costs are nuts.
Yeah.
School is nuts, and home prices are nuts. Not to mention like the property taxes as well, right? They all get reassessed every time they get sold, so you get higher tax bills. So
Hmm.
I'm like, man, mom and dad, man, you guys nailed it, with this trade. I swear to God. Now we're all screwed. But I think it's people, uh, the boomers not leaving, and then um, the people from the city, they just don't want to move away all that quickly. So the boomers are able to keep their homes here and then buy something else.
Right, right.
So I don't think you're not getting people really to sell much. Right? I look at I look at houses for sale all the time. Like, oh, one day we're gonna move out of the city, right? That's what you do, right?
Right.
But there's like 20 homes a town for sale. Like
That's crazy.
that's not many.
Yeah.
So I just think there's no one really moving, right? There's like a few new constructions or whatever. And just because there's just low supply, low availability, people are like, well, what the hell are we gonna do? We don't want to stay in this apartment,
Yeah,
yada
you're
yada
right.
yada. And they just pay up and they just sell their stocks or whatever and just put it all into this house and they overpay for it.
Yeah.
And they just make deal with it. They're like, all right, well, what else are we gonna do? Move to Florida? We can't move to Florida. We're not gonna move to Tennessee. It's like, well,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I
it's
would think about it.
yeah.
Take an idea. When your kids are young, that's the time to try it out. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely agree, Mike. It's crazy now, especially with everything that's happening in the markets, housing, price of, just like what you were saying earlier with care costs for children, and it's just absolutely insane. But I wanted to get you on to talk about everything that was going on in the trends, and I'm so grateful that we got you on to Wall Street Silver. Now, before you go, where can people connect with you? Where can people connect with you, and where, like Melissinos Trading? I'm going to put that in the description in the link below so people can check it out as well.
yeah, my name is pretty tough to say and spell and find. So I made the business name easy too. I just made it my name.
Right.
So I didn't help it. I should have made it like, New Jersey Capital or so, I don't know, make it easy. But I went with my name anyway. But yeah, I'm all over Twitter, X, Michael Melissinos on there. I think my handle is just M Melissinos. On
Perfect.
LinkedIn as well. I have a podcast I do with another trend trader, a more famous one, Jerry Parker, who's been I don't know if you guys know about the turtle trading story. The
No.
turtles. Oh yeah, I would look that up.
Yeah,
Turtle
I'll look
trading.
that up. Turtle
Look
trading?
that up. Sorry.
I didn't know. I've never heard of it, but yeah, I'll 100% look that up.
Gotta look that up. That's big. That's a really great experiment that deserves a lot of another look
Yeah.
from a lot of people, especially the people that are trying to figure it all out and try to day trade and look up the
Yeah.
turtle trading. Just look that up, turtle trading, and read all about that. But yeah, I got that podcast. Just the very hokey name, Talking Trends podcast,
Nice.
and that's Spotify, Apple, all the big ones. And my website for my firm is just simply melissinostrading.com. And again,
Perfect.
sorry for the spelling. It's tough.
No worries. I'll put
It's a
all the link.
mouthful.
It
It's a
is,
mouthful.
but
Yeah.
it's easy. I'll put the links
Yeah.
in the description below for everyone to check it out, your LinkedIn and everything like that. But yeah, Mike, it's such a huge pleasure you coming down to Wall Street Silver. As the market develops, we'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, it'd be great. I think we're trending towards something. It's
Yeah.
been calm for very long here. Um, in my experience, and again, that's another, three deadly words in the markets, because a lot of things can happen that doesn't care if you have a lot of experience. 30
Right.
years I've been in this business. I never seen anything like this. Yeah, people say that all the time, of course, right? Because new things happen, crazy things happen all the time.
Right, right.
So I think, as my experience as a trader, though, we tend to go through lull.
Mike, can you hear me?
I think we're.
Hold on. Now you're back. Now you're back. Sorry, you got cut out.
Oh, sorry.
I think it was
So
the
I think.
connection.
Oh, my bad.
No
I
worries.
think we're
No,
good.
it's okay. I can edit it. I edit all my stuff.
Yeah. So I think we've been in a period where it's been very calm recently, and I think, again, deadly words in my experience, we tend to go through these periods of lulls,
Yeah.
calm, and then wild and chaotic. Uh, that doesn't necessarily mean markets, equity markets go down. Doesn't mean anything. It just means more vol, more unpredictable type of
Yeah.
events.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with the attempted assassination of a former president,
Yeah,
who's the
crazy.
odds-on favorite to be the next one, the scurrying away of the current president, wherever the hell he is, no one knows. Uh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, me neither. It's
It's
absolutely
who the
crazy.
fuck? I don't know, man. This is crazy. So I think we're building towards something. That's what my intuition says, and I won't bet on anything like that, but something's coming. Something's
Yeah,
coming. Yeah, we'll see.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike, again, it's a huge pleasure having you on, and would love to talk to you soon.
be great.
All
Thanks,
right,
Ivan.
talk to you soon.